Can we talk about how miserable white people are for a second? Like, you know that white people are miserable, right? Like, have you ever looked a white person in the eye, even if they're like a big mental health person? You just look deep down and you're like, brother, you are not happy at all. And truly, it breaks my heart. But one reason, I think, one of the main reasons that a lot of white people, a lot of us are really unhappy and miserable is because we lack internal congruence. Now, congruence is a concept we learned early in grad school to help people heal. And congruence is basically internal alignment. Values and actions are on the same page, right? Like, we accept every part of ourselves. We feel peace, security in who we are, congruence. And no matter how hard you try, you can never find internal congruence if you're not congruent with the world around you. If you're not understanding what's real and seeing reality and affirming what's true. So like white people who deny patriarchy and capitalism's negative effect and oppression of the world and genocide that's happening around the world, like that's incongruent with reality. That is going to have an effect on us internally. Because to deny what's happening in real time, we have to deny certain parts of us, certain emotions, certain thoughts that come up. And the more we run for that, the more incongruent and separate we feel, the more dissonance that comes, the more miserable we are. And a lot of times we're not actually dealing with our own pain and our own reality because we're all suffering under capitalism and white supremacy. Like, it affects us different ways in intersectionality, but like it affects us white people too. You don't think a stormtrooper in the fucking Star Wars movies hates his life? You don't think he hates being bossed around all the time? You don't think poor white people living in the empire, like in the city walls, like in a Game of Thrones, like you don't think that they're miserable under it, even though they're not miserable the most? To be congruent inside, to not be miserable anymore, it takes accepting the realities of the world, seeing how those toxic systems affect us, and then moving to actually be congruent. Because deep down, humanity has goodness at its center. So yeah, white people, we're miserable because we're not congruent, because we're denying the realities of the world, and thus denying ourselves.
Well, he said it, but then again, who do they have to blame for their misery but themselves? As you lay your bed, so you will lie on it. They laid this bed of misery. In their minds, they were thinking, oh, we are doing all of this ish for ourselves. Everything is going to be so great. Other groups of people, we made sure they don't have beds so they can sleep on the floor. But now they are on their bed and they're like, oh my goodness, it's miserable on this bed. Oh, this bed is a terrible bed. I don't like this bed. Whenever I sleep on it, I wake up with pains. Bros, chill. Let me remind you, your people made this bed. And no, this is no shade to this guy at all. I think he's one of them few ones that actually doing real introspection and reading and trying to, unlearn and relearn new stuff. So, I'm not coming for him at all. I actually appreciate people like this, people like him who are from his community and come out to share with us some things that, we maybe might not even have picked up on. That point where he said that they are disconnected from the world around them reminded me of a video I saw not too long ago, a couple of hours ago, where this white lady was talking about on TikTok. She made this video saying, there was a part in the clip where she said, when are they going to announce, and this is me paraphrasing, right? When are they going to announce World War III?
How long do you think until they officially announce World War III?
Anyone who's waiting for the official announcement of World War III, it means that you trust your government, which means that you are benefiting from your government, which means that that is your privilege, and 9 times out of 10, you are a white person. Because any black person with 2 shreds of common sense, on a global scale, they're going to tell you that we've been at war. We've been in the middle of it. Okay? They're not making an announcement because they're still trying to cuddle you and your emotion and your feelings. But now that you see it, your government does not know what to do. Here we are. World War III has been happening in every country on the continent of Africa, and your country has been part of it. Woo! Surprise!
And if we even want to go deeper into it, like go more global with it, about this whole World War III stuff, other people like in Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, what's going on in Palestine, all these things have been happening for years. All of these wars that have been going on for years now. All of this pain, suffering, and trauma that have been going on for years now. That them folks are the ones funding, their governments are funding. They are the ones constantly pouring petrol and lighting the fire. Make sure, places continue to blow up. Make sure people just continue to get unalive. Make sure that there is this constant instability in these places. These things have been going on for years now, but Madame is waiting for an official announcement. Me as an African watching her video, I was just like, Madame, just be so for real, please, because we all have eyes. We can see what's going on. We have ears. We can hear about the things that are happening around us in our world. So waiting for an official announcement that we are never going to get is crazy. And I say we are never going to get this announcement because look at the people who are getting unalived. Look at the war. Who are the casualties of this war? It's Black people, African people, and POCs. Then take a look at the instigators of these wars, the people who are funding these wars. It's them palm-colored folks. Why would they want to put headlights on this war when they need this war for their selfish desires? Putting everybody's attention to the war like that is going to make people start talking and digging into what they are doing that they don't want people to know about because they don't want people talking about these things, and more people knowing about what they are doing is going to show to the world how evil they really are. And if this happens, if more people start to see them for the devils that they actually are, that will mean that these people are going to start banding together to fight them. And just to be clear, when I say them, I'm not talking about them everyday palm-colored folks. I'm talking about them palm-colored folks who are in politics, like them leaders and stuff. They wouldn't want that now, would they? So, of course, they're going to be like hush-hush about everything that they're doing, acting like they are not doing what they're doing, throwing stones and then hiding their hands behind their backs. Of course, they're going to act that way. They are not going to come online or come on the TV and announce, oh, you see, we are the ones funding the war. We are the ones causing all of this problem. So waiting for the people who are in charge of making sure that all of these evils, all of this pain, suffering, and trauma continue to go on to come and tell you that, hey, we are actually doing all of this evil stuff and causing all of this pain, suffering, and trauma, and we have been doing this for years and years and years now. Like, waiting for these people to come and tell you that, see what we are doing, it's crazy. It's never going to happen. Couple of hours ago, I read a comment from a sister, and she said in her comments, paraphrasing now, she said them folks live in a bubble that is soundproof, bulletproof, and accountability proof. And I swear down, man, that comment is so apt. And I think I want to end this video on that note. So yeah, do let me know down below in the comment section what your thoughts are. Let's continue this conversation there. Thank you very much for watching. As always, I would see you guys in the next one.
So yeah, white people, we're miserable because we're not congruent, because we're denying the realities of the world, and thus denying ourselves.